Hey guys, Cam with Hope to Canine, and Kai is here as well. We are double teaming on this duo, Hate and Ashbury. Some of you who are long timers will remember these guys because they came in for board and train as pups when they were about 6 months old or so, and they're over 3 now. It's been a while. So what's important that I wanted to share with you really quickly is actually it's taking me a lot of effort to articulate in the most productive way. And it has to do with the condition that these guys are in and how we have fully trained dogs that know all the stuff from way back early on who have matured into adult dogs who are still having problems. And this is the intention here. You guys know me. I don't tend to beat around the bush. The intention here is to bring you information and support and insight to empower you. We want to help you. But it's hard to hear the truth sometimes. It's hard to help you and not have it sting. And I feel like there are a lot of dogs out there that look like this boy. He is massively overweight. He's got hives. Can you see the hives all through his body? His ears are totally inflamed. His feet are super inflamed. Just want to kind of give you a picture here because this hunky boy, like, there's a lot of you guys who have a dog that looks like this. Am I right? You're going to have to comment and let me know, okay? Pitties tend to have these issues. Bully breed dogs have a lot of issues with their skin and everything. But what makes this exponentially worse is when you do not have a biologically appropriate diet, when you do not have a healthy weight and a healthy gut biome to combine with state of mind being healthy. Okay, so just because this was a young, high anxiety pitty who got early intervention from a training standpoint, did not do enough. And how many times do we say this to you guys, those of you that have been through training programs with us? It's not enough to put the tools on and put the training in, on board if you don't do the work every day to reinforce it, to have a healthy relationship with your dog, and to treat the dog from the inside out. And that is what this guy is up against. Massive anxiety to this day, very pushy behavior from both of the boys. They have tremendous separation anxiety from each other, which is something that I predicted would be an issue long term if they weren't separated. And they're beloved by their family, right? They're incredibly lucky dogs. Their owners adore them. They've given, a ton to invest in their success. These dogs were street dogs, pups that somebody who was homeless handed off to them when they were just a few months old. And they could have had a very different life if they weren't adopted by this family. But there's still a really important lesson here about the connection of the systems, that you cannot separate them, meaning digestive system, nervous system, the immune system. His body has to be addressed as a whole entire holistic thing. The effort needs to be getting that gut cleaned up, getting him on a better food that is appropriate for him. And this is where we preach unapologetically about our veterinary care that we use, because it involves Chinese medicine, it involves herbs and detoxing and fresh food programs, raw food programs, really dealing with biologically appropriate feeding and natural medicine whenever possible. And we deal with a lot of cases like this, cleaning these dogs up and getting them strong and healthy and lean. And it's so critical to the dog's success when you combine it with their state of mind, with the training program. The training is not enough, guys, and the diet is not enough. You have to have both. So I'm excited to see these guys back, only for the fact that we get to have some really good conversation, I hope, next week when they get handed back off. They're here for boarding and day train, just a tune-up. And what we're finding is they know all their stuff, but they haven't been doing it. And that's evidenced by all that anxiety that he's struggling with. We're an hour into the session, and he's still struggling when he goes on place to actually simmer and just relax and not pant a puddle. So that tells me he just hasn't done enough of this every day as a lifestyle. He hasn't had enough challenge in this area to increase his skill and comfort level. And that's fixable, but only if you know, the connection is made to how the state of mind is flaring him up physically, and his physical discomfort is affecting his mindset, his state of mind. Does that make sense, guys? I really hope so. And let's just go ahead and like, we'll use him. Come here, buddy. Hey, come here, pal. Let me just show you why this is obesity. There's no waist, okay? Kai, why don't you call him over so he does a nice stand for me? Good boy. So there's no waist on this dog. It's just a loaf, right? We should have a waist right here. We should have a waist right here. This sort of nervy, here comes brother. He broke place, so we just return him. They're very attached to each other. So yeah, his brother's not as fat. So different systems. Again, we talk to you guys all the time. These dogs might be related. They might be on the same food, but they aren't the same dog. Their bodies need different things, okay? So we need a waist right here, and we should feel the ribs. There it is.
Also,
it's a good digit.
An up right
yes.
here from the side.
So let me give you that picture, right?
Should go up.
We just have a loaf. Not straight.
Straight,
so what happens is the hips start to become taxed. This is very hard on the dog's hips. And again, know your breeds, guys, because these dogs are prone to cruciate ligament tears, ACL, hip issues, dysplasia. They have a lot of potential challenges. Any bully breed dogs, boxers, your pitties, whatever, okay? American Bulldogs. So we'll pull his brother out and I'll show you the difference. But this dog needs to go on a diet. And if I had the ability, I'd probably fast him for a couple days because of how inflamed he is, because he's having so many issues with hives and he's so yeasty and inflamed. Cleaning him out and fasting him and then getting him on a more biologically appropriate diet and a protein source that isn't going to irritate him so badly and be what's considered hot when you're looking at it from a Chinese medicine standpoint. Might be something like turkey or even a lamb or duck, something like that. He really needs a lot of help from the inside out, and that is going to help this stress level. This brother bear over here, can you stand, buddy? You can see that we still have a little bit of a loaf. He's like, I don't know what you want from me, crazies. We still have a little bit of a loaf, but we have a tiny bit more definition in the waist when he stands. You guys can see there. You can carve out that. And then from the side, we can see that we have a little bit more shape. Show me your show dog stand. He's so unsure of himself. This one, ironically, is the pushier one. Much more pushy. He's the one breaking place and pushing back outside on the walk and being more dramatic. But you see the difference in the shape right here? There's a little less flubber hanging down there from the belly area. So
and just straight up girth, like bully breeds, shoulders should be widest. He goes out from his shoulders.
He goes out from his shoulders.
This one doesn't.
This one's definitely not as much in need of a little trim down. So, yep, we're going to work on this while we're here this weekend. We're going to help him out. We got a little sun reflection that makes it kind of tricky, but you can see, I think, guys, in the shoulder area here, how thick, there's just...
Like this goes out.
Yep.
This goes straight.
Yep. Okay, so this is your PSA for healthy weight, okay, and healthy gut. This dog needs a lot of help to feel better in his brain dealing with the body. And if we deal with the body, the mind is going to follow, and they're going to work beautifully together. You're going to have to effort less around management of behavior issues that stem from stress and anxiety. Pushy, whiny, like impulsive, reactive. This is a dog that, tore off the front lawn, broke loose and took off on the front lawn at arrival and just all over the place. And he shouldn't be, he's highly trained. They also had him on star mark collars, this is interesting because they were under the impression from a lot of the propaganda that's out there, that very specific picture that shows that it's a dog's neck full of holes, blaming a prong collar. They were under the impression that this style of prong collar would be dangerous. And guys, it's only as dangerous, any of these tools, as the person using them. If you leave a collar like that on a pup and you let it grow into their neck, that is stupid and inhumane and animal abuse. And that is not the same as dressing your dog in an appropriate tool and using it gently to guide them on the walk and be able to give them information comfortably and calmly and softly that says, this is where you need to be right now. This is what you need to be doing. We're working together. Like, go out on the walk, you see a squirrel, that's not your business. Much more control and connection through this tool. The other one, the dogs were like, whatever. They're blowing it off. And there's too much invested in these dogs. They know too much to be struggling like that at this stage in the game. So tune-up time for sure. And we're seeing them fall pretty much right in line, except for this stuff that's very like detox related and overall systemic issues. Not healthy. It's just not healthy. There's only so far training will go if your dog is not healthy. Okay, so if you're looking at a dog like this, and a lot of you struggle with them, I have lived with numerous. Because of rescue, I've had a lot of dogs come into me with skin issues like this. Hudson, right? Hudson was just like fat and inflamed. Tucker, you know, a lot of challenges, and it can take a long time to clean this stuff up the right way compared to antibiotics, steroids, that sort of a thing. But if you do it the right way, you're going to have a dog that lives a lot longer and feels a lot better. So this is why we're preaching the right diet, building the gut biome, getting probiotics on board. I know I'm carrying on for a long while here, but this is so important, you guys. We did training years ago. It's not enough. Got to combine it with the rest of the pieces of the puzzle, okay? So we will get some more updates on them through the weekend because they're going to be fun subjects to show, walking nicely together and cleaning up the positioning and the connection and things like that. But just really wanted to take advantage of where they're at and what support they are needing right now and share a little bit of that encouragement and really, you know, more than encouragement. You know me, it's accountability. Like, come on guys, you can do it. You can do it. If you really love your dog, say no to cookies, okay? Right, buddy? Just say no to cookies. He's like, Cam, I don't like you right now. The message is dumb. All right, gang, we'll see you later.